It's a good
That's a pretty
find.
cool find.
I know what's up. The host asks us to wear Christmas,
I
and
have
then they
Christmas.
don't wear Christmas.
It's the angle. You can't see it, but I promise. It says, "You serious, Clark?" So I promise I got it.
So I want to ask a quick question. So this is kind of like on the topic of being PhD students, and then let's throw in around the holidays. How has being in the PhD program changed the holiday experience for you?
I think it makes it because you have to, like, everybody wants downtime. You're waiting on your downtime, but actually, you don't have any downtime because there's always something like I need to be refining this and fixing this feedback. And like this next, this has to go in. It's just no downtime. It's years of no downtime.
Yeah. Gordon, Neil, what do you guys?
Well, I think for me, I mean, Christmas is about Jesus Christ. Like we celebrate his birth.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I think that my doctorate experience brings to me is I've had so many people help me along the way. Every single one of you on this video have helped me along the way. So many of my professors, my chair, methodologists, and all that have helped along the way. My family, who've been super encouraging and supportive. And there's a phrase that I try to keep at the forefront of my mind. Always, I'm not always the best at it, but because I have been given much, I too must give.
Mm.
And it's just kind of a good reminder that, especially around the season of Christmas where there is a lot of giving, it just is a good reminder to me, like what I'm experiencing in my doctoral studies. I've been given so much, and it's just a good reminder for me to then go and try and give to people around me too, whether it's, cohort members, or just even people that aren't in doctoral school or anything like that, just that I live by, my neighbors and stuff like that. And so a little bit, it actually kind of puts a little bit more of an emphasis on like, hey, remember what Christmas is about. It's about giving, and you've been given a ton. So how about you go and try and find a way to go give to other people? And if not this time of year, then what other time of year is better to try and focus on that?
Neil, what about for you?
Well, I in 2020, I decided I was going to establish a Christmas. Well, to begin with, I mean, Jesus is the center of my life year round. But I was going to set up my Christmas tradition to be going skiing. But anyways, then I started going overseas, and my Christmas tradition became going to staying in Antalya and going swimming in the Mediterranean, which I really enjoyed immensely.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
I think my thing is not allowing it to change. Time management has been a big thing for me. I am very big on family,
Ah.
and although I look forward to the moment when I get this dissertation, I do not want to turn around after I put that cap and gown on and forget that my children have grown or missed something or memory or something like that. And I know in all of our classes they tell us that we're going to have to sacrifice. That's true, we sacrifice, but it doesn't be at the detriment of major memories. So I try my best to time manage. As you all can see, I am in a road, handling service and giving out things to families and things like that. Because you got to spend some me time. If you don't, you'll get lost in the process of your dissertation. So has it changed me? It changes how I spend my time, but it doesn't change how I manage my time.
I would like to know two things. I want to talk a little bit about tradition. And that's kind of like one of the main reasons that we wanted everyone to be involved with this, because we're just so interested to hear what your family traditions are. Um, what I'd like to hit is, what is a tradition you had as a child that you really enjoyed? And then as an adult, what is a tradition that maybe you set into place for your families or your kids or your just each year for yourself? So those two, one is a child, one is an adult. Maybe they're the same, maybe they're not, but
So one, one tradition I grew up with, that I miss so very much, even in my grown, ridiculous man age. But we used to always go to my grandparents' house, every Christmas. And although I have a great relationship with my wife, right, with my wife's mother and father, it's different, you know. So all of my grandparents have gone on to be with the Lord, and so um, I really truly miss that. And it's like you did that when you was a kid, but I still miss that, being able to go over my grandparents' house and just completely be spoiled, you know. And then a tradition that we do at my my home, um, that the boys love. I have a boy house, so I have no girls. So it is ultimately automatic that we watch two movies together as a family every Christmas. And you probably could guess the one that is such a boy
Die
movie.
Hard.
No, not a man movie. Now I
Oh,
watch that. That's
okay.
my
Sorry.
tradition, right? Dad watches that. Dad watches that.
Okay.
But for the boys, and a caveat, side conversation. So just like Die Hard, Terminator is also a Christmas movie. I bet y'all didn't know that. All right,
Yep.
so the we have to watch Home Alone. It is required. Even got mom in there where we have to watch Home Alone 2 for her because Home Alone 2 is her favorite. So Home Alone is a requirement. We have to watch it. And then the second movie that we most certainly have to watch is Elf. We
Mhm.
every Christmas
Can't
we
go wrong.
always watch Elf. It's such a boy movie. It's ridiculous. The burping and the farting and it's just amazing.
Mhm.
So it's awesome. So that's our tradition at our house. We also do the traditional things like putting the trees together, decorating the house and things like that. But those two are guaranteed that we're going to do every year.
Love that. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. And before you sneak out, give your fam, Christmas greetings and love from us. And
Mhm.
don't forget to send us those live streams. And then we'll
Yes.
connect back on here sometime in January when you have maybe a smidge more downtime.
Absolutely. And look, cross fingers that that downtime is available. So today was perfect. And Neil, don't scare me no more, okay? You scared the living bejesus out of all of us, okay? We are so glad you're here, brother. Okay?
Yep.
So glad. All right. Y'all have a wonderful holiday season. I mean that to the bottom of my heart. I do appreciate y'all thoroughly. And yeah, we'll do this again.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Peace
See
definitely.
out.
you, President Barton.
Bye,
See
brother.
y'all.
Who would like to go
Melissa,
next for you?
you watch football for a tradition.
I always watch yeah,
Oh, okay. Not
absolutely.
okay. So what's a Christmas tradition
So
that you grew up
like
with?
ours, we always like I love that Marvin said about going to like the grandparents' house. I think that was always something we did when I was little. Like we always came back to Texas, even if we lived in Colorado and we lived in Virginia, and we always came back here to be with the grandparents, my mom and papa mostly. Um, and then when my mima passed away, my parents moved into her house, and then all the grandkids came here to so it's like carried on their tradition. And then a side note, we always watch A Christmas Story with Ralphie. We
Mhm.
always watch that. And the other tradition is for years and years, probably 40 years going on, we play Yahtzee. And whoever has the most Yahtzees, if you set a record, you put your name and the date. And so there's this box, this Yahtzee box that has never been changed. And all the grandkids and my husband and I, like we all have names in there from times that we've beaten records and gotten the most Yahtzees. So that'll
That's
probably go on forever. So
that's
that's
great.
our
That.
tradition.
Yes. Cool, cool. Gordon, Neil?
So some one I'm gonna there's a few that I had growing up, but there's one that's like so simple, but I love it. My grandma used to make what we call Christmas punch. Low key, it's just Sprite, or pineapple juice, and um, vanilla ice cream. So it's really not. It's really just like super basic, but I loved it. And I remember I told my mom one time, I'm like, man, I really love that stuff. And then so my mom started making every Christmas, and that actually is a Christmas tradition that has continued on. We always make sure that we have Christmas punch. Actually, as a matter of fact, we had it at the reception at my wife's and I wedding, which was not
Oh,
in December. But we called it wedding punch. But I was like, why not? Let's just have Christmas punch.
Love that.
Tell me no. It's my wedding.
that's
Tell me no.
great.
So we got it and it was good. And even now, like I'll like whoever I'm with, I kind of make it a big deal that I get the first sip of Christmas because I want to get a huge Christmas mush or Christmas punch mustache on me. And then I'll shout the first sip of Christmas like Santa does in the Polar Express when he says the first gift of Christmas. So like low key, once that's made, whatever else is going on, like I'm right there because I want to make sure that I get the first sip. We request from Santa Claus that he gives us something related to Jesus. And so, there's fun stuff. There's books that we'll get. There's clothes that we get for Christmas and for our kids and stuff like that. But we request that Santa brings us something that's related to Christ, because we want to try and make sure that our kids know what the real meaning of Christmas is. And there's a wonderful magic that Santa brings, but that's kind of a secondary to what we really want to kind of focus on. So that's one thing that we've started to do that we like and we enjoy.
Cool. I like that.
That's great.
Teresa, what about you? What did you do growing up?
Growing up, I mean, I can definitely echo going to grandparents' house. And my grandma and my dad had a special relationship. And she gave him crap every possible time she could. Every Christmas, she would put coal and corn cobs in his stocking. And we just loved watching them go back and forth about it. And I just really miss that. Like, watching somebody just kind of let them have it. I think it was always kind of fun. But they've been gone for quite some time, and so we've kind of made our own. I'm actually going to share my screen for a second and show you the tradition that we've come up with for my kids. Kara and Schiller are laughing already. Okay, so, oh, well, that's not a good one to start out with. So we do Elf on the Shelf. Our elf is very naughty. His name is Buddy. This is Buddy after he TP'd the Christmas tree and he got stuck in the toilet paper roll. He got tangled up from the light fixture. That's the TP tree thing he did. Oh, that's when he broke his leg. It says, "Please clean your room. I'm tired of going in there and getting hurt." Ouch, Buddy. Oh, that's, yeah. Hang on. Apparently we have to go the other way. He likes to steal my stuff. That's Buddy making snow angels with the cookie ingredients. I'm not sure here. Bow climbing, like rock climbing. Yep. And oh, yeah, he said your mouth was shut, so this will have to do. Get it, Buddy? He's got his little Hershey kiss right here. Oh, hurry and get me another cup. Yeah, he was a little busy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh, okay, we can kind of see how this house goes. I have all boys, okay? Feeding the gremlin after midnight. Yep. Oh, digging for change on the couch. Oh, beer pong. There was no beer in the cups, I promise. It was water. Oh, fishing in the bathroom. Yes, with goldfish. Gordon, I highly recommend this method of Elf on the Shelf. Maybe not some of my antics though, but it's been super fun.
No, I was just like I mean, you have an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old and they still actively do this. And so like of course it's going to change as they get older, and I just love that they're still into it. And so like if you're going to keep their attention, you got to gauge it towards them, but I love that they still do this with you.
These are only the pictures that I thought were semi-appropriate enough to share. They get worse. But yeah, no, we have a really good time, and it's a requirement in this house that you don't take yourself too seriously. And so I think for me, for my kids, that's one thing that I want to hold on to with them is that we don't take ourselves seriously ever. And I'm okay with that.
Cool,
Cara,
cool.
what about y'all?
Um, so growing up, my dad was a pastor, and so um he would do the Christmas Eve service, and as soon as that was done, we would get in the car and drive 12 hours to my grandparents. If we were visiting my mom's side of the family, because we were in northern Minnesota and my um, grandparents were not. They were in another state. And so lots of driving through the night and getting there to be there for Christmas Day. And then as we got older and involved in stuff, we hosted. And so grandparents would come to us. And so I love just that. I mean, echoing what other people said, but the traveling and being all together. Um, I live lots of miles away now from family. And so we haven't had grandparents present if unless we like I shouldn't say that. We've had present because we've traveled home all the time and we go visit and it's you know, I don't know, you get in the car and you drive and you do the thing. Um but with my kids now, they're involved in activities and so we don't get in the car and travel for as long. But one of the things we started doing when they were little was making popcorn, making hot chocolate, and driving around and finding Christmas light displays. And so several people will connect it to the radio station and then you can watch the display. And so we're in the car, blankets, what, I don't care if they have pajamas on, whatever, but it is a thing that my kids still want to do. And like, we are not ashamed to drive 3 hours for a good Christmas light display if we had to. We just fit it in, and because people start early in November and they go until January sometimes, and so Christmas lights are the thing that my kids have gravitated towards, and I love it.
Um, Another Christmas tradition we have is we do our Christmas morning at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Just one year, my stepmom, she loves Christmas. She couldn't sleep. You'd think it'd be the little one, my 6-year-old sister who would wake everyone up. No, it was my 35-year-old stepmom. She'd come in and she'd be like, okay, guys, let's do Christmas. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So now that's what we do every year. It's Christmas at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we give our Santa whiskey and crackers.
Cool,
Maybe
cool.
Gatorade this year.
Yeah, maybe Gatorade. But Santa would be like, oh, that's all that processed sugar. I'm not drinking that.
Water.
Yeah, give him just water.
Ooh, those are good. Oh, do you remember the Lifesaver storybooks?
Yes.
We used to get those every Christmas from my grandma.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
Open
they
it, you have
have
all the
those.
flavors. Oh yeah.
Yes. And you eat them all that day, and then you
Yeah.
feel like
Crap.
not good the rest of the night.
Little sugar high, little
It's all good.
yeah.
I mean, what are 80 lifesavers going to do to you, honestly, at 5 years old? Not much. I'd like to go around and hear everyone's holiday wish for everybody else.
Mine would be easy. I think that I want everyone to be happy and healthy and achieving the things they want to achieve in their life.
I'd have to say for me, I hope that everyone can just like this time of year can be so busy. I just hope that everyone can put the busyness aside and like enjoy it and enjoy it with people that they love and not get so caught up in trying to be perfect at whatever they're trying to be perfect at.
Mine probably echoes, well, both. I mean, I agree with the happy, healthy, but the word that came to mind was like finding a moment of stillness in the chaos and to be able to really enjoy a moment where you don't feel that pressure to be something or have it to be perfect, but just that stillness. Teresa, what about you?
Mine is that everybody finds a moment of silliness.
Mm.
Find a moment to not take everything so seriously, step back and just find something silly or absurd or a moment of chaos that you can just kind of put in perspective and just laugh about it and just laugh uncontrollably. Have an amazing time with it. That's my hope. We have another episode in the books.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Wish you a wonderful holiday season and a Merry Christmas and the ability to have that wish, and enjoy.
Yeah.
Well,
We
thanks for
always
the
end like this.
invitation. It was
It
good to
was
get with
great.
everyone.
It
We're going
was.
to stop recording and we
Mashed
can
potatoes
say.
if you get bored in January and need to come and